Today's recipe calls for panko breadcrumbs. I'm going to show you how to make sheet tray chicken parm meal with some veggies and potatoes. It's really easy and it's sure to become one of your go-to meals for the week. So with that said, let's get started. The first thing we need to do to make your new favorite sheet tray meal is prep and clean 4 medium-sized chicken breasts. We'll clean them up by cutting off any undesirable parts that may be present. Also, cut off any fat that may still be on them. Now that each one has been trimmed, it's time to finish the rest of the prep job. Using some type of protective layer, fully cover the chicken in a little blankie. Snag your favorite smashing device because we need to flatten the chicken breast out. I like using a rolling pin for this, but a pan with a flat bottom would also be a great option. You'll notice one side of the chick is thicker than the other. We want to flatten it out to the same thickness. That way it's the same size all the way across, resulting in an even proper cook on the protein, giving us the best end result. You'll want to use a medium force when doing this task. Use your hand or the visual test to view the progress to ensure things are equal and even. Once the first set is good, repeat the same step for the next 2. When you have your frustration out for the day, give your hands and work area a thorough clean. Following that, set the temp on the baking cube. We'll set it to 425 Fahrenheit or 218 Celsius. While that's preheating, toss in 2 empty half sheet trays into the oven. We want that to preheat as well. It'll make more sense later on. Anyways, back to prepping the food out. Grab yourself just over 2 pounds or just over 1,000 grams of mini potatoes that have been washed. The first cut we'll make on them is by cutting them all in half to start with. Then cut those halves into half once more. Enough rambling on while you're making your halves of things. Give them all a quick once-over and cut off any parts that don't look appetizing. After being cut, toss them into a holding device. Once all of them have made it into the bowl, make it rain about 2 teaspoons of a neutral tasting oil. It should be enough to fully coat all the potatoes in the liquid fat. If not, add more if you need to. Give the things a stir about to ensure everything is oiled up so we can achieve that sweet tan it'll receive in the oven. After that, make it hail a fat pinch of coarse ground kosher salt. Salt and potatoes go so dang well together, so don't be afraid to hook them up. Following the saltiness, sprinkle 2 teaspoons garlic powder and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Give the goods another stir around to spread the seasonings throughout. The oil will help make the spices stick to the spuds. Also go crazy here and use your favorite flavor enhancements, also known as spices. Oh, don't forget to add black pepper. It also goes really well with the potatoes. Alright, once those have been flavored and tossed, set them aside for now. Let's move on to prepping the last component of the dish, which is 1 pound or 452 grams of fresh green beans. The only thing we need to do is cut both ends off each one. They'll have a little stem from where they grew on the vine. This part is woody in texture and we don't want to eat that. Fun fact, green beans are known as pole beans. They're called this because they're a climbing vine that grows tall, which needs support like a pole to keep them upright. This allows them to attach to something and continue to grow more. Alrighty then. The fastest and easiest way to cut them is to make them into a little bundle of goods. Do your best to make them even, then chop the ends off. When they've all been prepped, toss them in a bowl. To bring more flavor to them, slice half of a medium-sized yellow onion into about 1/4 inch thick slices. Toss those in the same bowl that has the pole beans in it. Hit those with half a teaspoon of oil, the same one we used from earlier. Season them to taste with some coarse ground kosher salt. Give it a quick mixer to coat and spread things around. Set those aside to prep the best ingredient, also known as Parmesan cheese. It's chicken parm after all, so we need a good amount of this stuff. It's best to grate your own, but of course the pre-shredded stuff will also work. We need to shred 1 cup or 62 grams worth of this stuff. Use the side that has the small holes on the box grater. After you grate a little extra, for a snack of course, immediately rinse the box grater to rinse the cheese grime off. It'll make it much easier to clean later on. Now we need to prep the dredging station.
start by making the egg station. Snag a medium bowl and crack in 2 large eggs. Add a small splash of water. Whisk your face off until it looks like you're going to make some scrambled eggs. The next station we'll set up is the breading step. In a medium bowl, add 1 cup or 80 grams panko breadcrumbs. Season the crumbs with 2 teaspoons Itlalian seasoning and 1 teaspoon garlic powder. Add a small pinch of coarse ground kosher salt as well. Mix things together until everything is one cohesive mixture. Following that, add the freshly grated cheese. Give that a quick mixer as well until it's all combined into one. Now that all the stations are set up, we can start breading the chicken. Dip the protein into the egg wash first. Ensure the entire piece is covered in egg. Pick it up, allowing the excess egg wash to drip off. From there, toss it into the bowl of breadcrumbs. Cover the top of the chick with the panko. Lightly press on it to ensure the crumbs stick to the chicken. After it's been crusted, transfer it over to a holding device for now. If you see any bare spots on the chicken, after it's been transferred, hit it with some more panko. Repeat the same process until everything has been breaded. Now that all of our ingredients are prepped out and the oven is up to temp, using some type of heat protection, pull the hot trays out of the oven. Once out, dump your potatoes onto 1/2 of the spicy hot tray. Things should make a nice sizzle sound. The reason why we want hot trays is because it'll help jumpstart the cooking process. It'll also sear the potatoes, giving us a nice caramelization on the outside. Golden brown potatoes are the best thing in the world. On the other side of the tray, add 2 of the chicken breast. If any breadcrumbs were left behind, dump those on top of the protein. Add the other 2 pieces to the second half tray. Again, putting them on one side, leaving the other side empty. Ensure the pieces of chicken are not overlapping. This way they can achieve a proper cook. Using your oven mitt or whatever you decided to use as heat protection, snag the 2 trays and huck those bad boys into the oven box. Set a timer to cook this first side for 15 minutes. Catch up on some dish in the meantime. After the first timer goes off, pull the trays out of the oven. Flip each piece of chicken over. This way we can achieve an even bake. Give the spuds a quick mix around as well. Next, add the green beans to the half-empty tray. Toss both trays back into the oven. Set another timer to bake this side for 15 minutes once again, for a total of 30 minutes, or until the internal temp of the chicken reaches 155 Fahrenheit or 68 degrees Celsius on an instant read thermometer. When the buzzer rings, pull the goods out of the oven. Temp the chicken breast real quick if things are done, but the other 2 ingredients still need some time. Transfer the veg to one tray and place the chicken on the empty tray. This will actually help us by allowing the chicken to rest, giving it the chance to reabsorb all the juices. Toss the veggies back into the oven. Bake them for 8 to 10 minutes or until the potatoes are cooked through and the green beans have a nice al dente texture. Times may vary for the whole process, just depends on how hot your oven runs. When the very last timer rings, pull the red and green stuff out of the heat. Be careful when opening the oven door. The green beans release a lot of water during the cooking process, which will create hot steam. It'll burn you. It hurts because I pulled the rookie mistake and was hit in the face with the hot steam. It didn't feel that good at all. Anyways, to check the potatoes, poke one with a miniature pitchfork. If it pierces the spud with ease, you know it's done. Put all the goods together, allow things to cool just for a few minutes before you dig into them. Lose patience and collect your favorite eating saucer so we can plate this thing up. Plate this any which way you would like. I first put down a mound of potatoes to give our plate some nice height. I repeated the same thing with the pool beans, placing them right next to the spuds. Prop the chicken against those 2 items, sprinkle it with some parsley or even some more extra Parmesan cheese, or don't do any of that and just start eating. Whatever you decide to do, just enjoy.
Alright, now that our crispy chicken sheet tray meal is done, let's give it the old tasteroo. So looking at it, came out looking very dank tasty. We got some color going on for it with that bright green from our green beans, the red from our potatoes, and our chicken got that nice golden brown color to it. Overall, it looks like it's going to be super tasty, and there's some melted cheese on our chicken as well, which of course is going to be really tasty. But anyways, let's just give it a shot. Try to get a bite with everything in it. This came out really dang delicious. The onions and green beans together is a perfect combination and brings that pop of healthiness to our dish. The potatoes themselves came out really good as well, but in my humble opinion, roasted potatoes is just the bee's knees anyways, and it's like the best vegetable ever. And we got that nice hard caramelization on the outside with that golden brown color, which brings a bunch of flavor to the table. Then we really elevate it with that onion and garlic powder mix, which makes them even better. The chicken itself came out really tasty as well. The panko breadcrumbs got that nice caramelization, got that golden brown color, which gives it that toasted flavor. Then we get some flavor from the Italian seasoning and the garlic powder in there. And it's nice and cheesy and a little salty from all that parm cheese that we added. Overall, it's just really tasty. Texture-wise, the green beans are nice and al dente, so they still have a little bite to them. The potatoes are nice and crunchy on the outside, but the center is still soft and really creamy. The chicken is nice and crunchy from the panko breadcrumbs on the outside, and it's also nice and juicy and tender. Overall, this thing is just really good. This recipe is really easy to knock out, and it makes for the perfect weeknight meal. And you can make it any which way you want. Maybe ditch the green beans and use some broccoli or some asparagus, or get rid of the potatoes and use sweet potatoes instead. There's basically endless opportunities with this thing. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. And I'm gonna go find some containers to throw this all in, and I'm gonna use it as meal prep for this week so I can have some lunch. So with that said, we'll see you on the next one. This came out really dang. You just keep saying tasty and you almost fell over. And the Italian seasoning that we added. We got some caramelization on the subs. This thing came out really dang flavor. And it's nice and cheesy and salty and really delicious. Delicious. This thing came out really dang delicious. Whoa. And brings that healthy goodness, vibes, whatever.